Super Bowl 47 is just 3 days away, and the brothers Harbaugh, the center of attention in New Orleans. John coaches the Ravens, Jim coaches the 49ers, and it was yesterday that their parents took center stage. CNN's Carlos Diaz has more on that from New Orleans this morning. Hey, good morning.
Yeah, Soledad, it was less like a press conference and more like a Thanksgiving dinner. Where's the drumsticks? At one point, Jack Harbaugh, the father of John and Jim Harbaugh, actually said, "Am I talking too much?" when he was telling so many stories about the past. You could tell these are proud parents first and football parents a close second. And Jack and Jackie Harbaugh, married 51 years, they're living on top of the world right now.
This is my hero right here, Jackie Sapiti Harbaugh. And one other thing we like to say, you're going to ask us how we feel on this historic event. Jackie, who has it better than us? Nobody.
That's the family saying. I asked Jack and Jackie about the potential of a rematch between their sons next year in the Super Bowl in the Big Apple, and they said one game at a time. And don't forget, by the way, today, Soledad, Beyonce is going to have her press conference, possibly addressing whether she did or did not lip sync the national anthem at the inauguration. I honestly think it's going to be the first or second question out of the gate. She's got to talk about it, and it puts her at a disadvantage because she's going to have to sing a little bit at the Super Bowl, which I don't think she planned to do before the inauguration. Interesting.
We're going to be watching it. All right. Thanks, Carlos. Also ahead, we're talking about extreme weather causing death and destruction all around the South from those troubled storms blowing through the east. Plus, the latest on a hostage standoff.
Gun control. It's part of a state task force on gun violence. Both sides of the debate have been vocal during the task force meetings. Excuse me. The man behind the Manti Te'o fake girlfriend hoax was apparently in love with a Notre Dame football player. Carlos Diaz is in New Orleans covering the Super Bowl, but he's also on top of this new shocking revelation and this really captivating story, Carlos.
Yeah, Natasha, Dr. Phil got the first interview with Renaya Tuiasosopo, who is the man behind the girl that Manti Te'o allegedly fell in love with. Now, Renaya Tuiasosopo says the Notre Dame star had nothing to do with the hoax, but Tuiasosopo does reveal he fell deeply and romantically in love with Manti Te'o, and he revealed some other details of this fictitious relationship.
There were many times where Manti and Lene had broken up before, but every time that, you know, either I would try to end or he would, or Lene would try to end or he would, it's like they would break up and then something would bring them back together, whether it was something going on in his life or in Lene's life, in this case, in my life. I wanted to end it because after everything I had gone through, I finally realized that I just had to move on with my life.
Tuiasosopo also confirmed that he was the voice of Lene Kekua. Now, during the interview, Dr. Phil asked him if he was in love with Manti Te'o, and he said yes. And he says, "Well, does that mean that you are gay?" When Tuiasosopo answered, "Well, when you put it that way, yes," he then caught himself and said, "I'm confused." Natasha?
All right, Carlos Diaz, another captivating development in this story. Today, Beyonce is going to tell us what we can expect during her Super Bowl halftime show. Carlos Diaz is in New Orleans covering the big game. Carlos, I'm sure the first big question might not be about the song she's singing. We know she can sing. Come on, right?
Maybe. Now, here's the thing, Natasha, as the sun is coming up here in New Orleans, we're going to have some light shed on us this morning about whether or not Beyonce did or did not actually sing at the inauguration as she faces the media for the first time in her press conference as she gets ready to perform at halftime of the Super Bowl. The big question, of course, moving forward is, will she be lip syncing during the Super Bowl or will she be singing live? That's going to be one of the things that's addressed. But isn't it weird that, you know, last year we had Madonna and her press conference was kind of blasé, and now we have Beyonce and her press conference is going to be controversial, if you will? That's going to be odd. And yesterday's press conference with the Harbaugh parents was amazing. Jackie and Jack Harbaugh, married 51 years, wanted to know who's got it better than them. Nobody. In fact, they were such cheerleaders, they made the media do that call and response again. But here's the question. Are they football parents or are they proud parents?
When they went out for Pop Warner football in the 5th grade, I mean, the thrill as a parent to know that your youngsters chose to play football. They asked to be a part of a football team, brought great joy to me as a father.
They admit they don't know where they'll be sitting on Super Bowl Sunday.
We really don't know where we're sitting.
Not wearing any purple or red. And they revealed which son they will be thinking about after the game.
There's going to be one winner, and there's going to be one that's going to be totally disappointed. And my thoughts go to that one that will not experience the thrill of victory. And that's where our thoughts will be. Every single parent can identify with that thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. And on Sunday night, we're going to experience both of those great emotions, and our thoughts will be with the one that comes up a little short.
Of course, Mom has an idea for the perfect outcome.
I think that the NFL changed that rule. I think if it ends in a tie, it will be a tie.
And I just had to ask the Harbaughs about next year's Super Bowl in the Big Apple. What plans do you have for the rematch next year in New York City?
One game at a time.
If I had $1 for every time I've heard her say that, I want you to know I would be rich.
You know, it was such a great press conference yesterday listening to the parents of John and Jim Harbaugh, Jack and Jackie Harbaugh. It was everything you would expect and more. You almost felt like you were sitting around at Thanksgiving. And in fact, one time, Natasha, Jack actually stopped and said, "Am I talking too much? Am I talking It's your press conference. Talk all you want." It was great.
Yeah, you can definitely tell they're proud of their sons, though, both of them. Carlos Diaz in New Orleans, thank you.